let's start this video with the PYQ analysis and your answer key as well. Answer key has also came around. I hope all you would have checked your scores. So all the best to you. If you are scoring about 200, 210, it's a good sign, healthy sign that you have prepared well. And below that, your chances become more shallow and more narrow depending upon your 10-20 marks categories. Okay. Now, soon as you can see this first question, question number 51, it is directly a PYQ repeat. Okay. So in this video, we will also look into that picture, that how many PYQs are here. Okay. So what we will note down, we will just note down the out of the box question. Okay. Which we have never studied, we have never done in our PYQs. Okay. Basically. Now this question is directly a PYQ repeat and this is from your June 2024. Okay, so if you are not doing PYQs, it becomes very important for you. It came in June 24 as well as it came in December 23 or 24 as well. Okay, so it becomes very IMP for you. Now this question is asking about which of the following is the non-parametric counterpart of two-way ANOVA. We all know that it is Friedman test and it has been asked earlier as well. Now, next question is saying that write the appropriate sequence for causes of forgetting. Okay, so you have to answer the correct sequence, what it is. It is a very bad question and it is not going to repeat ever again in this net psychology examination. Okay, so they have given the answer as option number second. So take on the face value and just move forward. Don't worry about this question, and it is also a PYQ repeat where we study about all these types of different types of causes of forgetting. Okay. So this has been asked earlier as well. So once again, we are dealing with a PYQ over here. Now this question number 53, Tanmay, and this name is also copy pasted. I mean, they have not even changed the name. Last time when they asked about this Tanmay guy, the answer was around conformity and all those things. So what it implies that it is once again a PYQ from June 24. Okay, I have told you in previous videos as well, in the premium ones as well, that you have to revise June paper because you are sitting for June 25. So it becomes very important for you to repeat that same session thoroughly. Okay, this can be explained through defensive help, negative state, empathic joy hypothesis is the correct answer, and they have asked about this thing in the cancelled paper as well. Moving forward, next question next. Which of the following is neuron parts are in correct sequence? Okay, to answer this, it is once again a PYQ repeat. So 4 questions are directly from your PYQ where you have to answer the correct question that the neuron part are in correct sequence, dendrite, cell body, axon and brush, and then we are having the terminal buttons. Okay, so it is once again a simple question. You have to just simply arrange this thing and then you are all sorted. After dendrite, what will come? After dendrite, cell body will come, and then what will come? Axon will come, and it gives you the option numbers again as the correct answer. Okay. Now next question number 55, the moon illusion is best explained by linear perspective. It is once again a PYQ repeat. How many times they have asked about this apparent and all those things, size, distance, scaling we are talking about. We will not talk about the monocular or binocular cues. Okay, the answer is size, distance, scaling, and it is once again a PYQ repetition. Okay, out of 5 questions, 5 out of 5 are still the PYQ repeat. Okay, so we will just fast forward this video and we will just check those questions that have been never asked or asked for the very first time, and what is the probability of the questions being asked again. Okay, that will be more beneficial for you because this paper has already been done and you have done your work. Okay, and you have the answer keys as well, so you can tally and check, and if you want to prepare well, do the PYQs. That is the crux of this particular video. Now this question number 56, Weber's law, Fechner's law, this and this, PYQ repetition. Once again a PYQ. It has been asked in PYQ in the same order or the same way. It was in December 23, that is when you will have this question. Okay, that is why I kept telling you again and again, doing PYQs unit wise or doing PYQs anyway is important for you. Now next question, see, it depends upon you how you have done the PYQ, and if you have done PYQ properly, you will call it as a PYQ repeat, and if you have never touched, never seen a PYQ, what you will say? You will say that this is a new question. Okay, according to me, this is not a new question at all. Why? I will tell you shortly, but it is a new question as well if you have not done PYQs. Okay, according to Buddhist perspective, which of the following represents the cognitive aspects of personality? Okay, from Buddhism, this question has been taken and they are asking you the cognitive aspect of personality. Rupa, Sanna, Vedana and Sukha. Okay, So if you know any sort of Hindi, any little bit, not little bit, but yes, a decent amount of Hindi, if you are from Hindi belt, this question becomes more easy for you to answer. And if you are from the, we can say, the western belt or from the southern belt, then it becomes, or the northeastern belt, then it becomes quite difficult for you to answer. Okay, but then what comes into picture? The PYQ comes into picture. If you have done PYQs properly in the previous year questions, see, Sukha, everybody knows it is about happiness and all those things, right? And Vedana and Rupa, these three has been asked in the previous year questions, and if you have done properly, you will know what is this Rupa, about your body and what your face and not. Vedana is about what you are having inside you, and Sukha is Sukha. Okay, so what becomes automatically the answer is your option number 2. You don't even need to know, you don't even need to go and study Buddhism out of nowhere. Okay, and if you will not study Buddhism as well, you will be able to answer mark this question correctly because you have done the proper PYQ way. Okay, now what you will do for the next time, you will go and read complete Buddhism, what is cognitive aspect, what is physical aspect, what is mental aspect, anything, but that question is not going to come any day. Okay, so this was your chance. If you scored correctly 100%, then you will get 2 marks. If you missed out, it's completely your fault because Rupa, Vedana and Sukha has been asked in the previous year questions. So out of 7 questions, all the 7 questions merely are PYQ repetition, nothing else from that. Okay. Now moving forward and see this question 8. It is a copy pasted PYQ. Standard deviation of sampling distribution is known as. It has been asked thrice, I guess, thrice or quarter. I mean, this is the fourth time they are asking. Third or fourth time, I can guarantee you. If you have the PYQs, you will know. Obviously, UNITWISE PYQs made by us, our team. So if you have those, you will know that this question has been repeatedly asked like anything else. Okay, and if you have missed this question, that passing net or JRF becomes more difficult for you if you have missed in this particular question. Okay, but yes, obviously your luck also depends. But to a genuine student, he or she will always mark this question correctly if he or she has done PYQs properly. No chance that you will mark incorrect in the examination hall. Okay, and I know some of you might not believe the power or importance of PYQ. Let me just show you a quick example of how things you need to do in examination hall. Now see, which paper is this? This is June 2023 paper. How many questions came from your unit number second? Okay, research methods, 16 questions came. Okay, now if you have this and you will solve PYQs properly, see the question that has been asked. What they are asking, standard deviation of sampling distribution is known as. Why you will, in this world, you will not answer this question correctly? Effect size, sampling error, parameter and transitivity. Sampling error, parameter, just two options have been changed, but question remains the same. Standard deviation of sampling distribution is known as. If you were able to solve this question here over here, then definitely in the exam hall as well, you will mark this question correctly without any, I mean, you will not take even more than 10 seconds. Okay, you will not take more than 10 seconds to do this particular thing. Okay, you see this, you mark and you just move ahead. And moving ahead gives you the very first question that was asked for the very first time in this history of this examination. Okay, from 2019 we will consider proteins that bind to DNA and influence the extent to which genes are expressed are called. Okay, this particular question has been asked for the very first time, so make sure that you note this down, that this is the first question asked for the very first time in the history of this examination. Transcription, replication, translation, genetic recombination. So yes, we can say this was a difficult one. If you mark correctly, kudos to you. If you don't mark correctly, don't worry, it is not going to hamper your cutoff. Okay, so you are already 2 marks down. This question is a difficult one in the exam hall because it is not taken directly from the PYQ. Okay, this is not from PYQ. I will say whenever the question is from PYQ, I will say that this is from the PYQ and this is not. So I will just openly say this is not from the PYQ. 60 PYQ, yes or no? They are just simply asking which of the following must be met firstly. So obviously everybody will answer this question correctly. Safety needs, physiological esteem or belongingness. So out of 10 questions, what we just did, out of these 10 questions, how many were the PYQ repetition? 9 are the PYQ repetition and 1 is the new one, that DNA one. Okay, so what you will do for the next time, you will revise these again and again, of course, and you will study about this and you will move ahead to clear the next examination if this time things not work well for you. Now, question number 61. Yes, it is once again a PYQ. Because why? Theme is similar. Systematic desensitization. They have only limited themes. They will ask you systematic desensitization or aversion therapy or flooding or extinction or like these things. This is the core. You will find every examination PYQ having these sort of things only. But yes, it is a analytical one. Okay. It is not easy. It is a though it is a PYQ repetition, but it is not easy. It takes a good amount of working brain to answer this question. When systematic desensitization is used to overcome a phobia, the desensitizing activities what they will do. Okay, so it is a PYQ repetition, but it needs analytical knowledge. You have to have a complete understanding of what the thing is happening over here. Now, this one, according to Wilhelm Wundt, the analysis of consciousness, though Wilhelm Wundt is what associated with, I mean, it is well known who it is, what it is. But if you will know, analytical psychology and individualistic psychology is given by whom, then the answer becomes more easy for you. Either 2 or 3 you will mark. Okay, so 50-50% chances gives you this question, but we will consider this as a new one. Okay, we will consider this particular question as a new one. So only 2 questions out of 12 so far, so now will be not the questions that will hamper your cutoff. Now, this question, a simple PYQ repeat. They have asked this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing n number of times. Okay. If you have the PYQ ebook, it has been asked n number of times for this particular thing. Okay. I am telling you, they are asking you again and again this particular thing, and next time also when you will be giving December 25, they will ask about this. Don't worry. Okay. And now this one is once again a PYQ repeat. Though the order or the pattern of question asking is different, but avoidance, approach or approach avoidant, you just need to know this thing. Is this happening or not for you? If you don't know what this is, then seriously you need to study. They have just given the name according to Miller, which are the types of internal conflict, and this has been asked multiple number of times in this particular examination. So still 14 out of 2 are the new questions which have never been asked in the PYQ. Now, this question number 65 is once again a PYQ determinism. We have done mechanism, natural monism. Okay, now I got from where they are hiding things or they from where they are taking things. We will discuss about that in our future videos as well. But for now, this is once again a PYQ repetition. Okay, we have studied about reciprocal determinism, biological determinism, and one more psychic determinism as well. Now, one more determinism is coming into picture. For this particular thing, it is once again a PYQ repetition easily. Once again a PYQ, metacognition, higher cognition, planning, self-regulation. PYQs are repeating heavily. Now, this one is the third question that came for the very first time. Though chronology has been asked in previous year questions, but this is the first time they have asked about the testing portion. Binet Simon, Wechsler Intelligence, Army Alpha, Army Beta. Though it is an easy one, obviously these two were the first made. That is why option is given as C. If you can comprehend this, that Army Alpha and Army Beta will be together in same time, contemporary times, then obviously you will get the answer because this is 1905 and this is coming in your 1939. Okay, we have discussed in our videos as well. So make sure this is the third question that was introduced new, which is nowhere related to the PYQ's pattern that had been asked in the previous year question. Now, changing the track, question number 68, the fourth question, that is a new one. What are some applications of personality assessment? Okay. So till now only 4 questions have been the new one, new pattern, or we can say the new questions that have been never been asked in the PYQs that way. Theory of correspondent inference, balance theory of liking, covariation theory, social comparison theory. It is once again a PYQ repetition. Okay. They have asked about these theories as well in previous year questions. And as soon as you mark covariation with Kelly, things becomes more easy for you. So till now, only 4 questions that have been asked in the previous year questions. I mean, those are the new ones. And question number 70, epileptic seizures have been asked previously, but we will not consider this as a PYQ over here. Okay, we will not consider this as a PYQ. Why? Because head trauma knows, I mean, the pattern is changing. Obviously, every question out of 100 question, everything is PYQ. Why? Because the syllabus is same for every examination. Okay, but we cannot consider 100 out of 100 questions as the PYQ. Okay, we have to just take exactly those which are somewhat more related to the previous pattern that has been asked, and if you encode the previous pattern, it will be more easy for you. Okay, even if you know about epileptic seizures very well, you have a PhD, but it is not necessary that you will mark this question correctly. Okay, so this is not the way we will consider this as a PYQ, but it is a common sense question. Nose running and eye flu has nothing to do with your this thing, so it becomes easy for you. Okay, so out of 20, we are getting 5 questions, and you can just multiply this thing, and this 20 into 5 will go into next 20, then next 20, and next 20. Okay, so the pattern will repeat same again and again. So you can just 20 into 500. So 25 questions were somewhat new. Okay, new pattern of asking questions, and it does not mean that 25 you will do wrong. Okay, it is not possible. You will do wrong. You might have a luck. You will mark this question correctly. You will mark some easy questions incorrectly. So it is the part of the game. But are you able to understand that out of 100, 80 to 75 questions are easily able to do, and this is how your cutoff will be predicted, and this is the way every time you will find only this much questions to be doable, asking repeatedly from the same PYQs, and 20 to 25 were the odd questions which you will find. Okay, so don't worry about it. 100 to 75 are easily doable in each session. Okay, and rest 25, it is not that you will mark every question incorrect. Okay, you will get some questions correctly from there as well, and that will increase your score. But 160 to 170 are the easy number, are the easy marks that you can fetch from only paper number 2. That is the point of this video. Okay, 160 to 170 are the easiest mark that you need to achieve to clear your net or JRF. For JRF, you need to climb above 180 as well, but these are the easy things, these are the easy questions that have been asked in this exam and based on the PYQ. Okay, so only in paper 2 you can score this much if you follow PYQs properly. And just simply analyze out of these 51 to 70, out of these 20 questions, how many you did correctly, and you will get the answer whether you are qualifying or not. Okay, next question over here. In yoga, 3 levels of functioning: buddhi, ahankar, manas, prakriti. It is once again a PYQ, but you need to have a good understanding about this particular topic. Now this question is a copy pasted PYQ from, I mean, this has been asked 4 times, so this is why your cutoff is raising high, because they are asking just copy pasting some questions which they should not do. They should include more difficult questions or more new pattern of questions asking, so that the 70-80 PYQs which we are looking right now, 70 to 80 on this range, it can bring back to 50 and 60. Okay, 50-60% PYQ is a good one, but more than that is a bad thing for cutoff and all those things. Okay, but POV over here is, this is once again a PYQ repetition. Now over here, skewness, reliability coefficient, criterion, standard score. This is the same pattern. This is once again a PYQ. If you will all, I mean, if you can manage to find out what is skewness it is about, you will be able to get the answer correctly only. Okay, just by knowing skewness. And skewness is the hot topic, kurtosis is the hot topic, NPC is the hot topic for every examination of UGC NET psychology. So we will consider this as a PYQ once again. Now question number 74 is once again a PYQ. I have told in one of my videos as well that okay, this time leadership theories has been not asked from long time, so they will ask from June 23. They have not asked this question. December 23, June 24 and December 24 never asked the leadership theory, and here it comes in June 2025 right in front of your face. Okay, you just need to identify this and this and you are good to go. Nothing, even if you don't know servant leadership or whatnot, but these 4 have been repeated. These 4 have been repeated. I am telling you, do PYQs properly. If you are failing this time, if your score is low, do PYQs properly, do the right way. Okay, not just using any random book. Do UNITWISE as max to max possible, and it will be more beneficial for you. You want to see the demo for this as well? Wait, I will show you how the same thing, contingency, trade, transformational, is just copy pasted. Okay, but now wait, before that you will just hit your head somewhere if you have marked this question incorrectly. If you have marked this question incorrectly, then 100% you need to study properly for the next attempt. Because if you are qualifying NET or JRF, then it is not humanly possible that you will mark this question incorrectly. And taking some exceptions, 0.01% are always there. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now, as you can see, this is the PYQ unit number 8. Social psychology. What they are asking is, this is June 23 session. Okay, arrange the emergence of following leadership approaches in a chronological order. So why I will not call this as a PYQ repeat. Behavior, transformational, trait approach, and contingency. And I will tell you the magic as well. Even the answers are copy pasted. Answer is also the same. What will come first? Trait will come first. Then we'll go to A, behavioral approach. Then we'll go to D, contingency 1 and B, C, A, D, B. Okay. This is the correct answer. You can just check from this book as well, CADB, and you will come down, you will get the answer key. It is option number 4 for this particular question. Okay, so CADB is the correct answer. Even if you know this one, even if you have not studied in deep about what is happening in these approaches, but if you know that this is the correct order, T, B, C, T will come into picture. Okay, CADB is the correct option. Okay, now just see the magic. Let's forget for some time what is written over here. Just get the options right. Okay, what those are? CADBE. Now let's look into the question. C, this is the correct option. Trait one, then behavioral one, then contingency one, then what they have just done is they have just added one theory out of nowhere. They don't want you to read this thing. They just want you to do, my dear, PYQs properly. And if you can't do this, then you should definitely go and read about this, because next time this is not going to come. But CADB will fall into picture again and again. Okay, so make sure that you are doing PYQs properly. I have shown you n number of times how the PYQs are repeating. Now this is research ethics, I mean testing ethics, ethical guidelines 1973 whatnot, does not include again a PYQ. They are asking this again and again, what should be there, what should not be there. So why you will not do the PYQs? PYQs should be done thoroughly and properly. That is very IMP. So till now, out of 75, I mean not 75, out of 25, only 5 questions are the new ones. Rest all is PYQ, heavily repeating. And here comes from question number 76, the sixth question, that is new one. Arrange the sequence of the CNS. This has been asked for the very first time, and it will go on long time because they are deep diving into some body or what they are doing. Okay, this is the sixth question, that was the new one in this paper. Okay, now for next time you should study this. Definitely you should study more than this. Now question number 77, which of the following are the laws of learning given by Thorndike? Maybe, not maybe, but yes, laws of learning: effect, primacy, exercise, readiness. This is once again a PYQ repetition. It has been asked long back in 2019 or 20 paper. I cannot recall exactly the year, but yes, it is a PYQ repetition. Okay, so out of 77, if you have marked, I mean out of how many questions, 27 questions, if you have marked 6 incorrect, you are good. But if you have marked 6, even 10, if you have marked incorrect, it is good, but below that is a bad score for you. Even if you don't know, law of recency and law of primacy are associated with what? Our memory. Okay, so this is eliminated easily and you get rest of the answer. You can see once again a PYQ. FSNPA is the simple mnemonic. You won't even take more than 10 seconds to solve this. Okay, this is why this is the power of the mnemonics, and even they have asked about the power of mnemonic as well in this paper, and that is the new one. Okay, when that question will come, we will consider it as a new one, because like that question has never been asked in the PYQ. Okay, so FSNPA, not more than 10 seconds you will need to waste on this particular question, and you can waste your time on paper 1 solving DI and all those things. Okay, now this question, question number 79, the 4 Brahma Viharas are relevant in the, okay, this is a new one. But with common sense you can solve, but it is not possible that everyone will be able to do it easily. And it is not also based on the PYQ. Yes, Maitri what asked, Corona was asked previously, but it has nothing to do with what the pattern was used to ask previously. This is a new one, so we are dealing with the 7th new question that came in this paper. Okay, 7th one. And this question number 80, they have just fixed variable interval ratio. And this is once again a PYQ repetition. They have asked n number of times about schedules of reinforcement. Okay, don't go for the options, they have messed it completely over here. But this question is, yes, it will repeat again, don't worry. Schedules of reinforcement in one or the other way. If you can remember properly, they used to ask like this: variable interval, ratio interval, and all these things. And this becomes very IMP. Okay, you don't need to worry what is the answer over here. Don't worry about that. Just worry about the schedules of reinforcement for the next time. Okay. And now this is the 8th question, that is a new one. Square root of AVE, average variance extracted. They don't suppose you to answer this question incorrectly because it will not hamper the cutoff. So the 8th question that was a new one in this paper was this one. Okay, so out of 30, 8 are somewhat new. Okay, so around 22 you should be able to mark correctly, or 20 to 22 if you have marked correctly, you are doing good till now. Now here comes the 9th question, that was a new one. Principles of peace psychology, understanding CABD. And if you want to waste time next time, then you can read about this. Don't worry, this question will not come again in this same particular way. It will be some other thing coming up shortly, but this is the 9th question, that was the new one. Okay, so out of 31, We are dealing with 9 questions for now. Now here comes the 10th one. According to this is the very first time they have asked about this thing. New PYQ. Vinland facility, their categorization by diagnosis mental age. The resident have mental age of this and this. You can just take your chances in exam hall if you have not read. But this is a new one once again. So out of 33, 10 are the new ones that you will face. Has nothing to do with the previous year question. Question number 84, once again a PYQ repetition. Humanistic therapy. What are these goals? Obviously a common one, and it is once again a PYQ repeat. Dash is the useful index of central tendency, which is the middlemost score when all the scores have been ranked. It is once again a PYQ over here. Mean median mode. I have told you central tendency will come and they will ask this thing again and again. And now this is the 11th question coming up. The innermost meninx, okay, which adheres to the surface of the central nervous system. Same question. Dura matter, arachnoid, subarachnoid, pia matter. This is the question, but this will we will consider as the new one. So two new questions from the biopsychology came into this paper of June 2025. Question number 87 are PYQ steps of scientific research asked humongously in your previous year questions before this paper. Okay. So till now only 11 questions are the new ones. Question number 88, once again a PYQ, the orthogonal rotation is carried out in factor analysis. You just know whether it is uncorrelated or it is correlated. It is once again a PYQ repetition over here. Placed at 180-degree dependent upon each other, has nothing to do with this thing. They are just simply asking you, do you know about this thing or not? If you have done PYQ properly, you will read more and you will answer this question correct. Question number 89, this is once again a PYQ repetition. Once again a PYQ repetition, simply nothing else. Just the pattern is little different. What they are asking is from unit number 1 about Patanjali Yoga Sutra. The practice of asana precedes pranayam. You just need to know the mnemonic YNAPPPSSD. This is one and you are done. A will proceed, P, you know this now A is correct. Okay. So now if A is correct, A is correct, then only two options are left. If you have done PYQs, you will know it consists of 8 limbs. That is why we call it as Ashtang Yoga. And if now AC is correct, then you know the answer what is going to be. So once again a PYQ repetition from our PYQ. You want to see copy paste? This is a copy paste PYQ question number 90. Max Mincon principle has been asked previously. So it is a sheer PYQ repetition. Cooking something by following the directions in a recipe, step by step thing, heuristic, analogy, algorithm, functional strategy. Once again a PYQ. And question number 92 will give you question number 12 of your new pattern or new PYQ for this year. Okay, this is a new PYQ. RPWD Act 2016 is asked for the very first time in history of 2009 to 2025. For the very first time they have asked this question, and if you have marked correctly it's okay. If not, it's completely okay. It is not going to hamper your PYQ, your score any day. Question number 93 is once again a PYQ. Treesman, this has been asked and they have written incorrect spelling. If you know the correct spelling, it's good. Kahneman, and it is taken from the NCERT. This question is from your NCERT. Okay. PYQ. Till now, how much we have done? We have done 12 PYQs. Okay, so till now, 43 questions, only 12 are the new ones. Which is the eastern western combination? And yes, we will take this as a new one, 13. Though it is easy, or we can just use our common sense for this thing, but it is a new pattern, eastern western combination. Asan is what? Is asan related to your breathing exercise? Is asan related to your breathing exercise? No, it is with your body posture. Okay. No, wait. Why we will take this as a PYQ? We will not take this as a new PYQ because it is a old PYQ. Easily. If you know this thing, YNAP, Yam Niyam Asan Pranayam, Pratyahar SSD, then you will be able to answer this question correctly. Why? I will tell you. See, if we have done the PYQs, we have done Asan is your body posture and Pranayam is your breathing exercise. We have done this thing in a PYQ. So it comes out that this is once again a PYQ repetition heavily. Asan is not related to your breathing exercise, so you will eliminate this thing. Now the question becomes very easy now. Either B, C, E or B, D. Now you know B is correct and E is correct. You just have to do what? And this is Shavasana. Okay. You have to just find out Manan reflection, and yes, this has been done in a PYQ. So it is a PYQ repeat. B, C, E is the correct answer over here. Okay. Upayog, argumentation. No, Manan is what? You will do Chintan and Manan, reflect on this thing. That is why option number 3 is the correct one over here. B, C and E is the correct answer and it is a PYQ. not the new one. So still we are 12 new PYQs in this particular paper. And this is how, based on PYQ, you should answer in your exam hall so that it becomes easy for you to mark correct questions and less difficult for you, difficult for you to mark incorrect. Now, question number 95. Just read the question. There are several schools of yoga. Which of the following represents some of those schools? Dvanda Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. What do you think? Is it a new question or a PYQ? Ask yourself. If you think it is a new one, you have to study for the next time. But if you think it is a PYQ, then your chances are high that you have marked this question correctly and you will clear this time examination. Why? Because Dvanda Yoga, path of conflict. Dvanda is where you will study in your NCRT and any other general Hindi book as well, where we are talking about the conflict. But in our PYQ we have solved this question about Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Okay, if you can remember, it is June 23 once again coming into picture. Okay, it was a question somewhat similar to this. This is your June 2023. The Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters named after some form of yoga, which is not the correct adhyaya out of the following. Over there, it was different question, but it is related to this particular question of your June 25. If you are able to relate this thing, you will succeed in the examination hall. That how it is related, because in Bhagavad Gita only itself, it has been denoted that there are three paths of doing this thing, yoga, and that is your Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Okay, if you know in which chapter it has mentioned by Sri Krishna, you can just comment down below if you know in which chapter I am telling this thing is given in. Okay, and when we are solving those PYQs, I have told also that okay, you should remember this thing, only BKG. Okay, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga is the three path to attain what you want to attain in your life. So once again, our PYQ, still we are only with the new fresh 12 questions. Which among the following components belong to psychological well-being? And if we want, it is totally up to you. If we want, we can consider this as a new one, and if we don't want, we can consider it as a common sense question, but we will consider it as a new one because we are not getting numbers. How we can include that? Okay, so this is a new one about psychological well-being: sense of self, safety, security, sense of purpose, independence, cultural activities. It's completely okay. We will take it as a new one because they have not asked anything on this particular thing. Once again, question number 97, a PYQ: physiological arousal, mastery experience, vicarious experience, and social persuasion. A PYQ, they have asked about these things as well in PYQs. Once again, a PYQ repetition: long-term potentiation was in 2021, neurotransmitter in every paper, and neurogenesis was the recent new one that has been asked. So we will include out of 4, 3 have been asked previously. So it is once again a PYQ repetition easily. If you can mark this question incorrectly, the chances of you getting clear examination also gets incorrect, and then it totally depends upon your luck. You cannot miss on these easy questions. Okay, 13 so far out of 48. Once again, a PYQ repetition: characteristics of cyberbullying was asked in 2021, somewhat related to that question. Though question might be easy, difficult, that is not none of the concern right now, but it is a PYQ repetition, cyberbullying. Okay, and don't worry, it will not come again. Okay, I'm telling you, this question is not going to come again. Some different kind of question might be coming, but this is not going to come again. And if it is coming again, you have to do the proper PYQ thing. Okay, just remember what they have given the answer over here and just move ahead. The chances are 99 out of 100 of not coming this question again. So it totally depends upon you, and see the irony, this is also a question number 99. Okay, now this question: 100, discriminative conditioning, apperceptive mass, and then what it is, unconscious inference and local signs. Okay, this question is once again a PYQ repetition, though this has never been asked, so we will just include for our fun. It is a 14th new one. Okay, though these three have been asked previously. So now question becomes how to solve such kind of questions. Okay, how to solve such kind of questions that are related to the PYQs, as well as they are demanding our common sense as well. How to solve this particular question based on our common sense and based on our some simple basic knowledge, how we can solve this particular question. Okay, so we will include this as our 14th one. So out of 50, how many questions came into picture? Out of 50, 14th are the new PYQs pattern or new questions that have been introduced that have never been asked in the previous year questions. So 36 marks you are getting easily from this paper, and that are cut, copy, paste, and have been asked in the previous year questions. Now the question becomes next that how to solve this type of questions which are somewhat tricky, need some common sense, and have been asked in previous year questions about this. We will discuss this thing in our next video, okay, which is going to be part number 2 of this video. So if you like the video, make sure that you comment down below that yes, you need part 2. Just comment part 2 and we will make this part 2 shortly, so that you can also enjoy, you can also learn how many PYQs have been asked. But now you know the basic number. Out of 50, 14 have been asked the PYQ. So maybe 10-15 questions more left to explore in our next video, that is going to be part number 2. So if you want the next part and how to solve this question, just comment down below part 2, and as many you comment, we'll just make that video as soon as possible. Okay, all right. So this was the quick analysis for your UGC Net Psychology June 2025 paper. So if you have done 36 to 40 questions correctly in this examination, or 30 plus questions you are doing correctly, then you are on a good line. Okay, but below 30, if you have marked incorrectly, below 30, okay, less than 30 is not entertained, it is not negotiable any day. If you have done below 30, then in these questions you are rarely going to qualify, but it completely depends upon your luck. Okay, I don't want you to not qualify, I want you to qualify. That is why I'm telling you, do PYQs more and more and more. The more you do PYQs, the more beneficial it gets for you. Okay, now coming on that, if you want to have your PYQ ebook, just now how you saw in this video the example, if you want to have your PYQ ebook which will have questions and answers, you can check the description, order it for yourself for 2019 to 2025. Okay, all the questions will be covered and this is under process, so it will be available for you soon. But you can order pre-book now, so that as soon as it is ready, you will get the complete ebook set of your 2019 to 2025 questions set unit wise. Okay, these are arranged unit wise for better practice and to practice revise again and again. Okay, all right. So how many questions so far? 14 questions are the new one. If you have marked out of these 14 all 14 correct, kudos to you, you have done great. But at least 5 to 7 questions if you have done correctly in this, then your chances, you have raised your chances, plus these 30, 36, you have raised your chances of qualifying this particular examination. Okay, so I hope you got a better idea of how to do PYQs, how to analyze the paper, and how you can really in the examination hall, with the help of these PYQs, you can score amazingly high, and you can score higher and higher than even you can imagine. So that's all for today's video. Don't forget to comment part 2 for the next part. Till then, goodbye, take care, see you all soon, and wish you all the very best for your results, your cutoff and everything. But if you have done PYQs properly, the last thing is that only. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. See you all soon in part 2. Thank you. Voila. Here you can see in which of the following statistical analysis we have more than one dependent outcome variables. Simple regression, multiple regression, and it is once again, why we will do it as a new question, it is once again a PYQ repetition. See this question from your 2022 paper. What they are asking, a researcher dash dash dash, nothing to do with this thing, on two dependent variables. This is the keyword and you will get the answer over here. And it is once again a PYQ repetition directly from your 2022. That is why I am telling you again and again, do PYQs more. The more you do PYQs unit wise and you just mug up everything what is in the PYQs, the paper will be very easy for you.